Hello, and welcome to the video demonstration of the Virginia SOL online testing software. This video will discuss areas of the new technology-enhanced items in the Virginia SOL testing software that could negatively impact student success. We call this video the Pitfalls video. Here, I will briefly discuss how to prepare students to ensure all questions are answered completely. To follow along, please use the provided link for the geometry practice item. When you open the test, press the Next button to proceed to Sample B. Take a moment to notice two important elements about this question. One is the gray directions banner at the top of the screen. All questions with the gray directions banner are technology-enhanced items. Also, notice the fill-in-the-blank box. Both of these elements will indicate that the question is a technology-enhanced item. We recommend pressing the Flag for Review button on all technology-enhanced items. Here's an example of why. Press the Flag for Review button. Notice the Flag for Review button appears dark only after you've moved your mouse away. Now click inside the fill-in-the-blank box, fill in a random answer, and then delete your answer. Press the Section Review button and navigate to Sample B. Note that the problem appears to be answered. By flagging for review, you will always remind yourself to double-check technology-enhanced items, like fill in the blank, before submitting your test. Now return to the question. Notice that the correct answer does not need to be the same length as the box. Always notice that this box will only accept certain characters. If a letter, number, or symbol does not appear in the answer box after you've tried it, then you cannot use that symbol in your answer. Use the Section Review button to navigate to question 6. Notice the gray directions banner. This should immediately indicate this question has a technology-enhanced item. You should first mark this question with Flag for Review button. Here's why. Use the dot tool from the Tools bar and plot a few points on the graph. Next, click on the Section Review button. Note that question 6 has not been answered even though it seems you have plotted several points on the graph. Now return to the question and click on your pointer. Plot one point and notice the color difference between the point plotted with the dot tool and the point plotted with the pointer tool. The dot tool leaves a large blue dot, and the pointer tool leaves a small red dot. Only the points that appear red when the mouse is moved away will be scored. To erase any dot, use the eraser tool. Practice that now. Use the Section Review button to navigate to question 9. Notice the gray directions banner. This should immediately indicate that this question has a technology-enhanced item. You should first mark this question with a Flag for Review button. Here's why. The directions banner clearly asks you to select 2 of the 4 hotspots. Select only one answer. Go to the Section Review menu and notice that the question appears to be answered. Return to the question. Click on a couple more. Notice that the last hotspot you selected is removed when you exceed the number of selections allowed by the gray directions banner. This does not mean that the selection that was automatically removed is an incorrect response. To answer this question, you should deselect the incorrect hotspots and only select the hotspots you think are correct. On the actual SOL test, you may see questions that require you to pick one or more answers. Some questions, like this one, will tell you the number of correct answers to select. Other questions will not give you the number of answers to select. You will have to decide how many correct answers there are. Press the Next button to proceed to question 10. Notice the gray directions banner. This should immediately indicate this question has a technology-enhanced item. You should first mark this question with the Flag for Review button. Here's why. Select one dropper and drag it into any of the blank drop zones. Click on the Section Review button. Note that this question appears to be answered. Return to the question and finish answering. Use the Next button to proceed to question 11. Notice the gray directions banner. This should immediately indicate this question has a technology-enhanced item. You should first mark this question with Flag for Review button. Here's why. Drag and partially answer the question. Note that if you don't drag droppers all the way into a drop zone, they will return back to the gray box or into a drop zone. This is an automatic function of the computer and does not mean the answer is wrong or right. To properly answer the question, be sure to drag the answers you think are correct completely into the drop zone you think they belong in. Practice filling all of the drop zones with answers. Once you have filled the drop zones, note that you have more answers selections than available drop zones. Also, note the drop zones are numbered. This should indicate to you that the order in which you place your answers must be correct in order to receive credit for this question. Selecting all the correct responses but placing them out of order will result in a 0 for this question. No partial credit is awarded. Let's take a moment to review. Be sure on all technology-enhanced questions that you flag them for review and actually review them for proper completion at the end of the test. To do this, press this Section Review button. Press the header over the Flag for Review column. This will display all of the questions you have flagged for review. Navigate to each question and ensure you've actually answered it. Technology-enhanced items can always be recognized by the gray directions banner at the top of the screen. Always think to yourself, a gray directions banner means I need to flag it for review. Make sure you drag items completely where you want them to be. Ensure that any question that requires the plotting of a point, that your final answer is in red. Always check your fill in the blank box for a complete answer. Remember that for hotspot questions that have the wording "Select all correct answers," you must remember that there will be no visual indicator, like a number or blank areas on the screen, of how many answers you should select. Read the directions and the question carefully and answer the question to the best of your ability.